think, and then we'll roll this one.
Yeah, just reflect on what Derek said. It's not just comedies of rights, but look at Chief Justice Clarence Thomas as well. Hi, Alan. I'm Malcolm.
I know Malcolm. Good to see you.
Just wanted to say that my question probably should be the last question, and that is, what are you guys recommending that the Obama administration do?
Indict these criminals, or they end up indicted themselves. If they don't, for example, if they don't follow up on the original investigation, which basically swept under the rug these 3 simultaneous so-called suicides at Guantanamo, then they're guilty of the same stuff. There are 3 people, right, being held separate cells under supposed 24-hour surveillance who somehow manage to stuff at the same time so many rags in their own mouths that there were damage to their jaws and teeth, and ended up somehow hanging themselves in their own cells all at the same time. What an imaginative conspiracy, right? Now the evidence is emerging from the testimony of one of the soldiers, a sergeant who was assigned there, who was a guard at the time, that he observed from a watchtower activity at this site, something being loaded into a truck, the truck being moved to a more secret site, and then other activity there, people being trundled out, perhaps, and brought into that facility. And then all from that watchtower, he is described under oath, that then an hour or so later, the truck's loaded, and the same truck returns to the original holding cell where those 3 prisoners had been. And then they're found dead. Somehow suffocated themselves and then, presumably, hung themselves. Individually, in separate cells, at exactly the same time. Now, this is so odds-defying a murder, right, that, man, you could send the entire CSI crew for all of their series down there, right? But the initial investigation by the Justice Department has approved the military's investigation, which says, hey, no problem, 3 unexplained suicides.
If I could just...
Okay? Now that's a cover-up, okay? And if that's not investigated, then the current Justice Department is just as guilty as the John Hughes, Bybee, now a judge, right? Gonzalez, and the rest of those who signed off on those recommendations, the so-called enhanced interrogation, pulling out fingernails, waterboarding, that, as I mentioned, we hung people for after World War II, that those somehow, that's not torture. Okay, so we've got a serious case of complicity in this cover-up.
2 points to add to that. They took the corpses, which they sent back, and they removed everything in the throat, so that what is obvious would not be obvious. Right? And they're lying about this up and down the chain of command. They ordered the guy who talked about it and everybody else there, you were going to get it if you mentioned Camp No, the secret site. I mean, frankly, if the prison was run by the mafia or the Gestapo, I doubt if they would have produced something worse. And anyway, Scott Horton, Harper's Magazine, all over the international press. In 2 weeks, it'll finally make it into the American press in a serious way, probably unless the Obama administration succeeds in suppressing it. With regard to Obama, the honorable thing to do is to have appointed an independent counsel. They have an independent counsel who could, in fact, prefer charges up, but Holder has instructed him, not that he has to obey it, to go after some CIA people for particular crimes, or not to go up. With regard to Obama, I would
They're
have
going
to say-
after the guys that carried out the orders, not the people who gave the orders, authorized it, and told them, yeah, it's okay to do this.
No, but I want to make a point about Obama, especially because I actually like Obama, which I think like anybody in the mainstream politics. Read Dreams from My Father, and it's a good book, and it tells you how this guy became who he is, which is an interesting phenomenon. But the moral cowardice of Barack Obama and the betrayal of constitutional law and the rule of law, which he is now perpetrating, is so totally corrupt that brilliant politician and likable guy and better than Dick Cheney, and it's nicer to live in America run by Barack Obama than it is under the imperialist system run by the crazy George Bush. Barack Obama believes in Brent Scowcroft. He's a pal of Griffin, or he likes Brent Scowcroft. But I would have to say, and I think, Doug has never entertained any great enthusiasm for Obama. I think he's tried to point out to me that this is not such a hot thing. I personally think the case of Obama is complex, but I think you could say, if he's going to be a Lincoln, he is the Lincoln who betrayed the cause of being against slavery and freaked out Frederick Douglass for years, really part of the Civil War. He is not the Lincoln who did something good, and it looks to me like it's going to be a long, long way to run before Barack gets anywhere good here.
I think they'll respond to pressure, and I think that's up to us.